Let's talk about this 7 levels of financial freedom chart.
I think you get to the 7th level if you steal some labels and masters real quick. But I do want to ask you, if a person doesn't have breathing room or stability, like what can they do to get to that 6th or 7th level from the conversations you've been able to have with Robert Smith and Steve and Tyler, etc.? Like what are some of the patterns that you see?
Well, let's go through each one of them. I think it's so. The first one is clarity, right?
Yes.
Where it's like you've just identified where you're at currently, and you identify where you want to go. That is actually
very beneficial.
You're actually already ahead of the game.
Yep.
At least 70% of the people. 70% of the people don't even really know where they're at financially or where they want to go. Right. Mm-hmm. So having that ability, that's why meditation is extremely important. Having some level to just, calm down for a minute and think things through. Clarity, very important. And then self-sufficient, where you're actually able to cover your own expenses without outside support. Right. And then the breathing room.
Key.
Breathing room this is when you really start to pick up momentum, where you can actually, you're no longer living paycheck to paycheck. I would say at this point in time, you would have probably 6 months of liquid expenses saved.
And reserves, yep.
So now you get to the point where you got $40,000, $50,000 saved, right? So now it's like, okay, I can breathe, right? If something happens today, I'm okay, right? I'm not okay forever, but I'm not living paycheck. Because when you live in paycheck to paycheck, it's very difficult to think clearly because
long term
you're in survival mode.
Mm-hmm.
When you're in survival mode, it's extremely difficult to process things, and you can justify anything when you're in survival mode as well. So that's why you never want to be in survival mode, or when you're in survival mode, you want to get out of survival mode as quickly as possible.
Yeah,
you hear this once again. This is permeated in a lot of things that we kind of grew up in, right? Where it's like, I had to do what I had to do. My daughter got to eat, right? Well, what does that mean?
Yeah,
your daughter has to eat, so I got to die. You know what I'm saying?
Or you could have made better choices along the way, knowing spending all your money at the club for 4 weekends in a row could have led to devastation.
But that's a survival mode, right? So
yeah,
and then stability. So now you're not living paycheck to paycheck, but you have no bad debt. You're fully funded your emergency fund, right? No debt, fully funded your emergency fund. Now you're stable, right? Yep. Flexibility is
the key point.
2 years off, right? I could take 24 months off. I'm good, right? I got $200,000 saved in the bank. I'm good. I could take 2 years off if I want to.
Yeah.
Right. Financial independent. Now you can pretty much just live off of your assets.
Yeah.
Right? Whether that's real estate, whether that's stocks, whatever.
Crypto. Yep.
But now it's to the point where it's like your assets, worst come to worst, you can live off of that. And then abundance on the wealth side is when you have more money than you'll ever need. So
yeah.
The key to get to that point, I think, it's all through investing, right? It's all through investing and making early sacrifices early on. We talked about this before. Keep your expenses low.
Yes.
Ways to raise your income. Invest as much money as possible, because then you start playing on multiple games, right? Where it's like, okay, if you get to that million, now you double that million to 2 million, right?
Mm-hmm.
But now you double that 2 million to 4 million. Now you double that 4 million to 8 million.
Yep.
You just need one more flip. You double
the expenses low.
You get to the 10 digit. Once you double the 8 to 16, now you're out of here. Now you just now you're out of here, right?
Yeah.
Now that next flip is 32. The next flip is 64.
It's levels, yeah.
The next flip is 108. You're out of here at that point in time, right? But you might not ever get to. So really, you got to get to 8. But you might not ever get to 8 if you buy the big home, if you go on 30 vacations.
Yeah, you buy the big cars.
Watch. If you have a $500,000 wedding, because you're a millionaire, right? You're a millionaire at 1, 2, 3 million.
Yeah.
But you never get a chance to get to that point. So now that could hinder your ability to ever get to that last level. It's like a video game. You got to get to the last level.
So when you didn't want to get a casual vibe, the rent money, it was a bad investment because that's what you could have spent in media or Nvidia, right?
Facts.
And people joke and say, no, well, you have it. I didn't get it by giving it all away.
And somebody wants to take it from you, and there's no sympathy when you lose it.
Oh, absolutely not.
Bill has said this, like, when you back at the bottom, they're going to treat you like you're worthless. Nobody's going to have sympathy for you when you don't have money no more. Like, if you have money and you lost it, they're not going to loan you any money
at all.
They're not going to treat you how they once treated you when they thought you had money.
Yeah.
When you back at the bottom, they're going to treat you like you're worthless. So don't try to take advantage of me when you didn't help me get it.
How much as a millionaire should you loan out per year? If we made it like a budget item, I know my number. Mine's changed dramatically.
I mean, loan is a tricky word. I would say give, because I don't even expect to get money back. If I'm giving money, I'm just going to give it.
Yeah.
And like I said, bro, I'm not really giving too much money these days. I'd rather employ you. Well,
that's it.
Get this W-9 form. Let's
figure it out.
I'd rather have you on payroll.
Yeah.
At least I can get a tax deduction. And I can actually find something productive for you to do. Whether that's cleaning the house, whether that's, whatever it is, right? I'm sure there's something that you can do that's beneficial as opposed to me just giving you money. But to answer your question, I would say, 10 is max for me for the year, though. And that's just emergency. Like, I don't want to have to go to that level, but I ain't giving out more than 10,000.
Yeah. Listen, I moved my shit down to $1,000.
1,000?
It's over with, finito.
Well, about 10 is like my max.
Max, yeah.
Hopefully I'll stay way underneath that.
Yeah.
But as far as like the 30, I need 30,000, I need 50,000.
I had none for you. I'm sorry.
I'm blocking your number. That's
sorry.
I'm blocking your number.
I get 2,500 for no. I'm sorry.
But the 500 play, all right, cool. 1,000 is crazy though. 1,000 for the whole.
I've given, and then got nothing in return. And then people gave me their ass to kiss after. I'm like, yo, I could have just saved this shit for my. And it's the crazy part. People will ask me for money that my child has never asked me for. When he can have all of it, it's like, yo, if Xander asked me for 2,500, yeah, y'all won't even repost the fucking link to join Stock Club. Why you need 25? You could get the 25. Get an affiliate link. I'm cool. I tried it. I've done it. I've given out. I could have bought a Maybach with some of the shit I gave away. I'm cool. No hard feelings. No mas.